Folks, I've been getting a lot of questions regarding what I'm using for my live sonar transducer, and so I thought I would just take a few snapshots here and show you how this is rigged up. Now, I've gone through a couple of different iterations of this. I had my first one that I built that I used for the first year. It worked okay out of PVC pipe, and there's one of the videos on the channel if you want to see that. But then I wanted something a little more low profile that was easier to stow when I was moving the boat to get into a school of fish, for example, and I wanted to be able to stow it quicker. So I moved to a different type of mount. I'll show you here. It's a mount that's made by Fish Finder Mounts out of Canada. And this is designed so that it's on a pole. Excuse me, a pole here. This shaft is adjustable so that you can actually raise and lower it. It's notched with a pin so that if you're going to go stow the boat, excuse me, you're going to stow this so that you can power the boat and it'll lock into place. And then that way, if you're going to power up river, for example, or do another location so you don't have the transducer in the water, you can do that. And then you can just drop it back in when you're ready to go fishing. And you can get this thing positioned into place. Now, what I did, because I wanted things to be universal, this is the mount here, this top section, but I wanted to use Scotty downrigger mounts. So this is just a plate of aluminum, 6061 aluminum that you can buy at your local metal shop. Cut it out, drill out the holes, and then just get some in this case stainless steel bolts so that you can lock this in on the downrigger plate. And the beauty of this is now I've got an extra downrigger plate if I need to, and then if I had to move this, I can. I have another downrigger plate here or on the other side of the boat. It just gives me more flexibility, and I'm using a consistent mounting interface for everything. So that's why I chose to do that. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong, but that's how I've been doing this now for about 3 years. The other thing is this pin pulls out. I can pull it out and I can stow it when I'm trailering. I kind of stow it back here behind the seat so that the transducer is protected. Now, what this also allows you to do is you can rotate so that you can shine your transducer like a flashlight. And this has been working really well, this overall mount. It's very lightweight. It's been strong. I haven't had any issues with it. The only issue has been at this point here, this junction for this shaft. Now, this is bolted together from the factory, and what I found is that the bolt, no matter how tight you go, it actually would move here and shift, and the bolt would loosen, and then when we would have heavy current, this thing would start to shift. So what I did is I said phooey on this. This is kind of a weak point, and I just welded this with a MIG welder. And so this has been like this now for 2 years. It's been working great, and I haven't had any issues. So if you did decide to go down the path of buying one of these and you found this as a weak point, find someone who welds if you don't weld yourself. As far as when you set this up, of course, you know that in the manual, it says to be careful about zip tying this, because this cable here, you will cause issues if you pinch it. So of course you want to be very careful when you're zip tying things that you don't over tighten it and pinch the cable. So this has been working great, and I haven't had much of an issue. You just need to remember when you go to power the boat, definitely pull this baby out, because you know, I don't know at what point you would actually bust this or bend. At some point, you know, you'd hit a breaking point. So a lot of drag in the water with these big transducers. So at any rate, this is what I've been doing. It's been working great. And hopefully you find this helpful, especially if you're looking at, you know, upgrading to live sonar.